Hi there! Welcome to Apple World is a very profound man, and you can see all over he's extremely furious and extremely annoyed with our prosperity and stays there and attempts to say no, he ought to be restricted. He ought to be prohibited. I settled on the decision out video full ready to come. In case of an emergency out Andrew Tate, I understand what a viral video looks like. What have turned into a web sensation with the exception of it wasn't exactly me, I don't want to provide him with that gift of being my dance accomplice in the ring for very nearly a year now. Andrew Tate and Logan Paul haven't precisely been awesome of companions as they've continually tossed hits at one another, beginning with Paul going at Andrew for his way of talking and forming, and since that a great deal has changed most as of late being the reality his ex-co-host of Rash and one of his dearest companions in the powerhouse scene, George Janko figured out how to get Andrew Tate on his digital broadcast in only 3 days. It's perched on top of 4 million perspectives, and the criticism has been crazy. Posts like this were astonishing. You can see the amount of regard Andrew possesses for George's point of view as a result of his veritable interest in the positive results of society. George is such a multi-evened-out human perusing the room and tell the truth in each and every experience dissimilar to the Logan who might have at any point speculated George would be the one to make Andrew question specific things more than any other person to at any point talk with him GG well. Finished as since the episode circulated, it's obvious Logan Paul isn't precisely satisfied with the entire situation considering George's underlying job went on hasty was to be the entertaining one who might be the aim of the joke, however, at that point could mess around about it, which plainly isn't his specialty in podcasting to his presentation in the Andrew Tate digital recording, is night and day. He wasn't even close to his true capacity on hasty, and they were greatly keeping him down on the grounds that when he would raise religion, they chose he's doing excessively and gradually drove him over the show for those of you that might know nothing about Logan Paul and Andrew Tate quick quarrel, which just hinted where sources near Logan say he's irritated George Janko had Andrew Tate on his digital recording. Considering their set of experiences, we should rapidly get up to speed in August 2022. Logan Paul was doing an episode of Imprudent and expressed he didn't feel like platforming Andrew Tate and said there's zero chance he would be significant going into the start of this current year, assuming all that he said about what he accepts is valid. He won't do as such at this point. My proclamation stands that I made in your video blog by 2023. He won't have a fragment of significance ideally, and no doubt know him. I'm happy he's gone. I could have done without what he was doing. I didn't think he was sound, and perhaps assuming he would have worked a little more brilliant, he wouldn't need to be grumbling beyond the lattice about how there is a network. One of the fundamental reasons Logan got such a lot of backfire when he said this was the fraud of every last bit of it is I'm certain you're mindful of his 2018 goof in the Timberland, which drove him to being the most detested man alive, where he got basically deplatformed for some time, and has since vindicated himself so how could he push that on another person while not allowing them an opportunity to make up for themselves? Can't really accept that these folks would truly be so critical after every one of the encounters they've experienced. Free tap I'm disheartened by Logan. He has bowed to the feet of the enormous tech masters. I might truly want to see him banter Tate and barbecue him with questions. Yet this makes Logan seem as though he's terrified to think Logan, who knows how it seems like to be dropped, would proceed to say, I don't want to give this person a stage. I believe it's entertaining exactly the way that pliable and apprehensive he is. It's a brilliant move, yet darn toward the end of your life. Every one of the recollections you have is cowardly. It's not the manner in which I wish to experience my reality. And this large number of focuses are legitimate, and it's stunning. Logan Paul didn't understand it while saying it, and in reality, nobody on the digital recording called him out for it, particularly Mike. Once this emerged and the whole web was discussing it, not long after Andrew Tate's underlying crossing out kept going, he returned on a digital broadcast with Patrick Bet-David and repped to Logan in the most effective way conceivable, priorities straight. I need to make it extremely evident that Logan Paul is totally a device of the lattice. He's a traded person with no spirit. He doesn't go to bat for anything. He amounts to nothing. He says he gets bits of paper from Susan or whoever else letting him know what he's permitted to say on his channel. To hold it, you accept that 100%. In addition to the fact that I believe it, he's demonstrated to himself that he will backpedal on issues. He can be traded. The buddy's a Logan Paul is in, and I will express that here openly anybody needs. I'll battle him for nothing. The person's adult. It's fascinating now to check out at it in how Logan and Andrew Tate's vocation has moved this previous year, as the reality Logan suspected Andrew Tate would be done for this present year. And nobody would mind. It's really humorous as now he's greater than at any other time, back to his new digital recording with George Janko, as we saw before on in the video while he was getting massive applause for his execution. A greater part of the crowd was referring to Land for how he treated George on Hasty, particularly when it came to the religion side of things. One that truly harmed me is, you let me know I want a specialist, since I have confidence in Jesus that won't hurt me. No, I didn't, I said. You really want an advisor since Jesus isn't exactly doing it for you? Which is valid. No, you didn't. And I won't remain down. No, you didn't. You think I said I checked you? I expressed out loud. Whatever did you simply tell me and you got out? Whatever did I say and you staggered you? I don't have any idea what I say, and afterward you bobble. I'm not withdrawing. It is widely known that you don't decipher reality like reality occurs, and you heard that unquestionably off base. You think I said you a specialist? See you. You have faith in Jess. The daringness Logan needed to try and say that I can promise you in the event that George was Muslim. It's absolutely impossible that in damnation he would agree. Allah isn't cutting it for you. Go get a specialist. He would have been bothered of the web forever. It was shocking to see that all through the whole show Logan not even once recognized George's strict convictions. He was so certain of his place that it appeared he would like to be on the triumphant side of the question. Then, at that point, be engaged with it. Before we go any further into the video, what are your folks' considerations on this whole circumstance? Has Logan Paul been the with his analysis with regards to Tate previously, or does he have legitimate contentions? Remark down underneath. It was inescapable that George Janko would talk with Andrew Tate, especially after he had supported Andrew against his then dear companion Logan Paul. You disdain ladies, you disdain gays, and you're bigoted. Obviously you like Tate. You effing sleazeball. Logan expressed to George I with a ton of they. He says not V. You do. You're a bigoted homophobic Christian. Clearly you truly do know. Quiet down. Shut up. Stop. Furthermore, you disdain ladies. You think ladies are second-rate compared to men. I'm not withdrawing for that person's nor both. And he's very much like I'm on the T-tit, and I go some you hate and you disdain gays, and you're bigoted. Obviously you like Andrew.